What is up, YouTube? Today we're doing part 3 of rebuilding the Suzuki gs500 engine. Now, I just got something in the mail. I'm pretty sure you guys know what this is. If you don't know what this is, you probably didn't see part 2. This is the missing CDI that I bought, or the igniter, whatever you want to call it. There's like 3 names for this thing, and finally bought it. They claimed that it works, and I bought it from A&J Cycle Salvage in Pennsylvania, and you know, so it's a motorcycle salvage yard. So therefore, it's not just some random dude that I bought it from. So they probably tested this thing and made sure that it works. They said in the description of this part that they did test it and made sure it works. So I'm hoping that they are not lying. And yeah, finally got it. This thing was like maybe 60 bucks if I remember right. But yeah, it should be simple. Just hook it up. Everything's hooked up. Hopefully the battery has enough charge. I did buy new spark plugs. I ordered them. They're supposed to be coming in tomorrow. And right now I have these Walmart spark plugs that I have temporarily. I went to an actual auto place and bought actual spark plugs for this engine. Before, these spark plugs on here were just ones that I matched up at Walmart. So I'm not going to use those. I'm going to wait for the spark plugs that I ordered, but these spark plugs will tell us if this produces a spark. So I'm going to use these just to make sure that this actually sparks, and then tomorrow when I get the spark plugs we're going to see if it runs. And I'm hoping that it runs. Alright, so it's a very, very simple thing to do. All you gotta do is take this little thing, clip it into this thing right here, and take this one and clip it onto that one. And we're done. That's it. That's the only thing I need to do. Now, before I'm able to see if I can run this, I need to make sure all the wiring is still hooked up to everything. I did have a couple of things rigged on here. Gotta take these off. But yeah, gonna make sure everything's hooked up, and then we're going to turn it over, see if it'll spark. Alright, so I have the camera zoomed in on the spark plug. I have everything hooked up. Let's test the horn. Alright, so everything is hooked up. The motor is on. And okay, here's the moment of truth. Here's where we find out if it will work. Holy crap, it's working. Can you guys see it? You guys can kind of see it. Holy crap, it works. Okay, now let's see if the other spark plug will also do the same. Did it work? It's moving. I don't want to hold this because I've been shocked by these things before. It works! Holy crap. Awesome. Okay, can you guys see it? Hopefully you guys can see that. But it works! Now, unfortunately I have to wait till tomorrow to see if it'll actually run. But that does give me time to set up a gas tank. Because right now the first, I don't really have a gas tank hooked up. I may just like take a old gas tank from a weed whacker, drill a hole in the bottom. I do have, let me take this off. I do have this coming out where the gas gets fed in, but I don't have it hooked up to anything. So that'll give me a chance to, while I wait for the spark plugs tomorrow, it'll give me a chance to at least hook up the gas tank. Awesome! It works! Thank God! Now let's just hope it runs. Alright, so I got the new spark plugs. They honestly don't look any different than the ones I got from Walmart, but they were, they're for this engine. I also hooked up a gas tank. I just clamped a piece of pipe on here and I zip tied a gas tank to it, and I have it feeding fuel in there. Now, before I start this, I do want to say I read in the comments that some people were concerned that I didn't time this properly, and they didn't, because I didn't show myself in the video of me timing this. And I want to say, yes, I did time it. Yes, I know how to. I did look up how to time this thing, and it took me over 2 hours to time it. That's just because I made triple sure that I did it correctly, and yes, I did time this, and yes, I did not show it in the video. So, don't be concerned that this thing is not timed. With the whole chain and camshaft things. I got some starter fluid, just some cheap Walmart stuff. Okay, yeah. Here's the moment of truth. Here's the real moment of truth. Will this thing start or not? Here it is. Here's, I think, 3 weeks of work and almost over $200 of being tested right now to see if it will work. It's probably not going to start up right away because there's just now getting fuel. I'm going to see if it'll start, and if it won't start, I'll spray some starter fluid in there. Let me double make sure I got enough oil in here. The oil light is on for some reason. I'm not sure if this thing is level or not, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's a little low or high. I don't know if the oil is high, then the light would come on. Or I just don't have the oil sensor hooked up. That may be. It's showing that I'm like halfway. Then I need to put a little bit in there, but it's probably good to just start it up. Yeah, it's got oil in there. I did put fresh oil in there. And I did put the 10W40 like it says right there. Okay. Enough stalling. Here we go. Hearing protection. Motor's on. I have the throttle hooked up to this. Okay. Make sure, oh, that's not hooked up. Hook that up. My wiring job is coming apart. Okay, that's hooked up, these are hooked up. Holy shit. Fuck. The light bulb was burning a wire. Okay, enough styling, here we go. I'm scared. Should I not be this close to it? I don't know. Okay, because the choke, those little valve chokes are closed, try to open them, spray some starter fluid in there. That didn't get anywhere near there. Okay, here we go. Oh. Holy crap! Whew. Whew. Okay, one test I can do is take one of the spark plugs out. If it's dry, then there's no gas getting in there. But if it's wet and there's gas in there, then that means that there's no spark. Which I'm pretty sure there's a spark. Yeah, it's bone dry. So there's no gas getting into the cylinders. Alright, so I think I figured out what was the issue. There is fuel in the float bowls, but it wasn't getting up into the cylinders because instead of a lawnmower carburetors, they shoot fuel straight up into the center of the carburetor and the air sucks it in. This one is weird, it sucks it out. And what it was doing was just, because I didn't have the air box on, it was just, blowing the fuel out. So what this does is it blows fuel into the air box and then it gets mixed with air and then it gets sucked into the thing. So I put the air box on. I don't have an air filter, so I kind of just put a little piece of towel over it, or a paper towel. I also put this hose on that goes from the top and into the air box. So it should work. hoping it works. Still have starter fluid, in case it doesn't. I want to kick over. Anyway, here we go. Attempt 2. There we go. Makeshift ear protection, otherwise known as headphones. Spray a little starter fluid in there. Spray a little more starter fluid in there. Come on, baby. Ooh. Come on, baby, you can do it. Alright, so I cleaned the carburetor a little bit. There was a little bit of gunk in there, and so I took the carburetor off, cleaned it, and I put it back on. So, yeah, let's see if it works. See if it'll fire up and actually stay on without having to spray starter fluid on it. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so it runs, but I have no way of testing to see if the gears work or the clutch works. A lot of people, or a couple of people have said in the comments that these motors are known to have the second gear burn out. So I'm hoping that's not a problem. I'm hoping that's not an issue, but you know, you never know. And I have no way to test to see if it works until I build the big go-kart that I'm going to be building for this engine. So, you know, it runs. Yes, it does hesitate. Seemed to hesitate when I gave it gas, but that's just carburetor issues. But yeah, it runs. Holy crap. Yeah, over 3 weeks of work and over $200 later, I got it to run. So, yeah. So this is probably going to be the last video I make of fixing the motor now until I start the videos of making the actual go-kart, the part 1 of the go-kart build, and I'm not entirely sure when I can do that. I may want to do that next month because kind of all the money I had for this month, I kind of put it into here. So I may need to wait till next month to start that project, and I may start a different project in the meantime. So I'm not entirely sure when I can start the project of building the big go-kart. I need to order a bunch of stuff. I need to figure out what I want to build. You know I want to build a full suspension, independent suspension go-kart, but I'm not entirely sure how. You know, because I always like to, you know, conserve money, and U-joints are not cheap, and I can't find them anywhere where they're you know, under $100 each or whatever. You know, I can't find the ones I need that are, you know, cheap enough to where I can use them. So I'm going to figure out a design that will work. And so yeah, this is the last video of fixing the motorcycle engine because it is fixed, it runs. So yeah, thank you for watching, subscribe, and have a nice day.